Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GV channel, where we are playing Baldur's Gate 3, a full and blind playthrough. Yeah, as usual, we're in Act 3, and we are just doing 50,000 things, because there are 50,000 people to talk to and 50,000 things to do. If I could go back and redo this entire playthrough, I probably would do it, I mean, streamed ideally like we started, but honestly, streaming in general just really went in terms of, like, how much of my soul it was sucking away. I really couldn't do it anymore because it was just sucking my soul out of my body. So ideally streamed because I think I honestly have too much ADHD or whatever to sit here for like 4 hours or 5 hours. This is really a game that's hard to do a playthrough of just because, again, it's so dense, as I've said time and time again. So definitely would have preferred to do that. Maybe just stream it from start to finish, but that's a little bit harder because it's not a dedicated playthrough. Or at least sit down and record for like 4 to 5 hours, which I would love to do. However, I just flat out do not have the time to be able to do that with everything else going on, especially the voice acting foray. So, anyways, we'll take our time with it as usual. I wanted to talk to what's-her-face, Nine Finger. Where did she go? Nine Finger's office is over here because I wanted to see if she had any more to talk about because she definitely seems like a very important character. Type of character that would give you a bonus side quest if you talk to her again, sort of thing.
All hail the Absolute's worst nightmare. How can I help you in your war today?
The Absolute's word. Oh, she's talking about me, right. What can I do to help you?
I need to see Jaheira. Just so happens she'll want to see me too.
Yeah, we know that. I need information.
Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab.
Okay, now we talked to her. I think she has like a million dialogue options here, but it might be important. Who is this Stone Lord that has your guild running scared?
The leader of some new crew that's intent on paining my arse. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on the message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. Whatever god the prick prays to, I'll send him to meet it soon enough.
This game would be really hard to voice act too, just because you have so many lines, but also, you know, each time we ask her a question, she's got multiple, you know, a lot of lines for just one response. It might not seem like a huge thing, but man, this, if you have any decent amount of lines, like this would be a hard game to voice act. At least where I'm at now, this is probably like, you know, the ultimate end goal. You know what I mean? I noticed the mercenaries in your hall. Since when does the guild work with Zhentarim?
We don't. The Zhentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back.
How's your fight against the Absolute going?
Which part? The Stone Lords hollowed this place out. Half my crews are fled or in hiding. Orin's faceless try to pierce my ranks every day, while Gortash's toy soldiers control the streets. When the Absolute's army arrives to wage war on the city, our best hope is to make sure they have no leaders in here willing to open the gates for them.
I was thinking, why does Gortash sound so familiar? And I think it's because of Gromish Hellscream from Hearthstone for me, but World of Warcraft. I'd like to know more about the guild.
Thieves, frauds, and miscreants. If it's just the watch warrants you're reading. The guild isn't any one thing. We're everything. All the parts of the city the watch don't want seen, so they push us to the far side of their law. But it's not the watch that keeps the peace, or gives justice to any Baldurian who asks, whether they can pay for it or not. It's us. If we take a little tribute in return, or tie strings of service to those we help, well, what of it? So long as we're working as one, it all runs quick, quiet, and clean.
So long as we're all working together as one, it all works quick, quiet, and clean. It's so hard because you have to have the flair in your voice, but again, the acting, it's like it's so difficult to combine both of those things. Ben, what is it the guild wants?
clean water, filthy riches, and everything in between. We're citizens of the city. No more, no less. Right now, I'll settle for taking our city back.
All right. Well, she didn't have as much dialogue as I thought she would have. Goodbye. Okay, now, I mean, I kind of want to talk to every single person, but again, there's like 50,000 people here, so I don't know, man. That's rough. There's also like 50,000 notes. It's genuinely just such a hard game to do like a dedicated Let's Play on. You have to basically sit here and, you know, record for probably like a good 4 to 5 hours to like have a legitimate, you know, recording of this that goes long enough. Devil's Fee Observer's Report. Notes from Himberloo, a street beggar employed by the guild as a spy on activity at the Devil's Fee Antiquity Shop. The report concludes with the following. Though the majority of my report concerns the visits of well-known patriarchs to Helsing's establishment, aristocrats who might be blackmailed to keep such visits secret, there was another visitation that I feel should not be overlooked. The arms dealer Goltash, along with a known Ballist leader, met yesterday with Helsing for a considerable period. Upon leaving the shop, I overheard Goltash to remark, "What did I tell you? If Helsing can get us into the House of Hope, she can get us into Mephistar too." That's really interesting because the House of Hope is Raphael's thing, and then Mephistar sounds like Mephisto, which is like the devil, basically, like in Marvel. You know, Mephisto's kind of the devil guy. The son of the devil, something like that. I don't know, Marvel lore. The desk of... Oh! Escape the... Oh, wow, okay, so that ties into... Yeah, Mephistar, which I get, yeah, will help us get out of the deal with Raphael. From the desk of Rakath Glitterbeard, head banker. A scented letter on the ornate stationery of Baldur's Gate's premier bank, the Counting House. Guildmaster, we are delighted to inform you that we have just taken delivery of a special deposit box constructed and charmed exactly to your specifications. We eagerly await the arrival of the promised goods into our vault and the fulfillment of your order. In highest esteem, Rakath Glitterbeard, Fellowship of Financiers. A hasty note slashes across the bottom of the page with a different hand marked for return delivery. Shite code, Glitterbeard. Don't bother. When we kill the Stone Lord, I want the whole damn city to know who did it. That really got us.
Stone Lord plans to rob the counting house, and Nine Fingers means to trap him there.
Oh, interesting. We're getting a whole bunch of quests here. Yeah, that went into like a British accent at the end there. Inroads by arms dealer Gortash, which I'm assuming is just like a book. And then a bunch of scrolls. Okay. Devil's Fee Observer's Report, which I think we missed here. No, we read that one. All right, well, I'm glad I chose to read that stuff because I didn't think that would happen. We would get, like, major stuff there. File under Diabolist and Black Pudding Platter. Gross. What do we got here? Kingpins, take note of the Diabolist. Helsing at the Devil's Fee, a person valuable to know if you need information on infernal matters. For example, when blackmailing a target with fear of devils and the diabolic. The rumor is that this Diabolist has even opened a transplanar portal to the hells for Goltash back in his organized crime base. Useful knowledge if you want to terrorize someone by threatening to send them to Avernus. Avernus. Okay, and then there's one more thing back here. Moon Shea Zinfandel Collection, which is wine. Huh? What is that? Like a sign? I don't even know what that is. It just says we can use it. Weird. Let's talk to her one more time and see if she has anything to say about what we just read.
All hail the Absolute's worst nightmare. How can I help you in your war today?
I don't think so. Lady Kinsey, Nine Fingers bodyguard.
Knife.
Knife, a hot one, I think. So yeah, I think to speed things up a little bit, like if everybody just has one line, we'll just kind of run through it quickly. Plaque.
Someone's vintage Moonshay Zinfandel collection. But it looks like a lot of the bottles have gone missing.
Now, that's a hidden door right there, it looks like. And then also that, yeah, there's like this over here. So that's really weird. Also, what's that painting up there? We saw that before, but I'm forgetting. Why does it look so familiar? I've definitely seen that. It must have been in this game, but I'm forgetting what it is. Lady Lockjaw.
What? Lady AQ still playing that game? I don't have one ready.
I have no idea what that means. What? Lady Ague still playing that game. Double dose, Guildhall Bar. Yeah, we gotta check and see if there's any, like, notes or anything about. We've also got the bartender, Severn, who looks like a, what are these called? Bugbears, right?
Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer?
See, that's such a standard line right there. So I would love to practice these lines. Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer? See, I'm too, like, over the top. I'm overacting. I need to fine tune it. You know what I mean? Got any gossip you can share?
Around here, silence is golden, mate. Best remember that. Now, what can I get you?
It's so funny. I've read so many lines that sound exactly like that. That's, like, very standard fantasy fare. What do you have, then?
Beverages of distinction. Or, in some cases, extinction, if you ain't careful. How you feeling today? Lucky?
Yeah, see, like, this character I feel like I could do with enough practice, you know? Sure, let's see the liquor list. Drunken cloth. Snowy liver. While drunk, you have advantage on constitution saving throws and you gain temporary hit points equal to your constitution modifier at the start of your turn. Interesting. Good for a drunken, what's it called? Drunken monk, whatever. Subclass, I think, is what that's for. There's a key on that table, which is interesting. Blue wheel of cheese, too. What's this door? No entry, no exit. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Magpie Davis. Davis?
What's the point in paying the guild for protection when they've pulled back all their crews? There's a bloody army coming.
It's a bloody army coming. Floor door.
Careful.
Yeah, I think most of the people, like, it seems like a lot because I think most people just have literally one line, you know? So, Lady Flux, yeah, I think... I think what we'll do is, like, if it seems like no one's important, we just won't talk to them, because I'm assuming the game will reroute us to them eventually, you know what I mean, if they are important. So, Lady Croup, who seems to be guarding a door.
A charm, of course. And then you'll do it yourself.
What? Is this like some thing where they all say, like, a really weird thing, you have to put it all together, or are they just speaking gibberish? What are they talking about? Elliot!
It's Uktar you want. Old Silver Smile there.
Uktar! Ogar! Uktar, Guild Bursar, which I think is like a, who keeps, like, track of the money or whatever.
You are not known to me. For supplies, seek the Bugbear. To trade trinkets, the Fetcher's Brats. I am Uktar, duly elected Guild Bursar, and I will not have my time wasted.
I would love to voice a character like this, someone that's a little more important, that's in like a you know, like a Den of Thieves or whatever. But it's with this game, it's specifically the accent. I don't like doing accents yet, just because I would literally have to work with like an accent coach to make sure, you know, I didn't say things incorrectly and whatever, depending on how serious the project was. Uktar, ponder where you know that name from. Okay, we'll do guidance. This is gonna be a tough roll. That could do it. Oh my god. Wow, exactly the roll with the +4 from the D4. Crazy.
Uktar, 11th month of the year, more commonly known as the rotting, a time in which all things decay and die.
Now that's interesting. You're named after the rotting. Something to do with the mask.
A gift from Nine Fingers. She has a penchant for literal names, and her cronies ensured it stuck.
I sense there's no love lost between you and the Guildmaster.
I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make?
That's a great delivery right there. I know some people are going to be so annoyed by me talking about voice acting all the time, but it's just such great, like, practice to be able to play this game, basically. So if I was this guy, I need not... First, I read the line, right? I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make, so he's obviously upset. I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make. Yeah, see, I can kind of get there. This is my type of character. You seem a little sensitive.
I clearly recall asking you not to waste my time.
Do you always take yourself so seriously, Uktar?
It is guild business I take seriously, as you ought to. That business is finance. Specifically, the acquisition of vault keys. The wealthy squirrel their riches away in the city's counting house, where it gathers dust, serving no one. I acquire keys and allow these funds to circulate, like lifeblood in a healthy body. Everyone benefits, particularly those who bring me such keys. So, are you wasting my time, or do you seek to benefit? Have you made an acquisition?
So what are these keys? I have no keys to sell right now.
Until you do, then.
So there was that key over there. He's also got a, what is that? Appreciably cared for boots. Interesting. Upcoming knife fights.
Tattered knife fights are back! Next Sunday, it's a revenge bout between Baby Joe's and Three Piece. Plus, a newcomer matchup between Magpie Davis and Hans Leatherfeather. Leatherfeather. First blood only. Place your bets in advance with Bursar Uktar.
Who's that guy right there? Okay, so like I said, we'll talk... Sticky Dondo?
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
That's quite a name there. Maybe a bit of both. Show me what you got. See, this isn't Theor's voice, but like this voice is so much easier for me than like trying to get down here and doing his voice like this. If I just do the typical, what did you say? Oh, like that's so easy for me, comparatively. So he's got some interesting stuff. Shade Slayer Cloak. Stealthy critical while hiding. The number you need to roll a crit while attacking is reduced by 1, which always, RPGs seem to value this very high. I've never really understood why. I mean, I'm sure it's good, but it's like 1 extra number. You know what I mean?
Sometimes stuff we sell comes back around to us again. So watch yourself. Got me?
Got me? Yeah. Okay, who else we got? Smilin' Ginna, who's a Zentarim, the Merchant Guild guy, guys. And there's Mole. We were looking for Mole. Is Mole the one we were looking for? I think so. Yeah, we just got XP.
You're looking at Fetcher's Brats, the Guildhall's finest. Ready to do some business?
Oh, Mole looks demonic almost. I found your eye patch at Moonrise. How did you escape that place?
I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play.
I can't tell if Mole is changed or if they just, they don't have their eye patch, so they just look different to me. Is this a guild business you're running here?
Sure is. We work for Fetcher, handling what you might call pre-owned goods. Talk to Sticky. He'll cut you a deal.
Oi, Sticky Wicket!
Complete fine Mole. Is that really it? There's like nothing else to that? Okay. Fair enough then, I guess. So yeah, I don't really know how to explore this place because there's like 50 billion people and it is very overwhelming. Take a shot every time I say overwhelming, I know.
The Guildhall has one rule. All crime stays in the city streets where it belongs. Break this rule and you die.
And you die! Who's that? Fishbait Arno? Wow. Now that would be a tough role to voice act right there. Kalarina the Vilfa.
I know times are tough, but this crowd could mingle a bit, eh? We're all on the same side.
Yeah, true that. I like that you're not so dour like everybody else. Alright. Happy Hands, Smilin' Ginna or Jinna, Slick in Atara. Again, if everybody just sounds... Yeah, no. Like a standard NPC, I think we'll just bypass them for now, at least. The Professor.
Right. Which crew are you with? Bellbreakers? The Children of Hor?
The names ring familiar. 2 of the many crews that make up the Guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
Deception. Ooh, neither. I run a crew called the Worm Skulls. Okay, yeah, anytime we have deception, I mean, we have, unless we roll a 1, we basically just win. Which I love. Ooh, natural 20, baby. That would be, God, that's literally the highest roll we could possibly get, because that would be a 20, and then if you took all of our other bonuses, which I guess it doesn't really matter like that, but if you did that, we'd probably have like 40 to 50, which is insane for a D&D roll.
Can't say I've heard of you. Spare me the story behind the name. I'm sure it's very scary. Fair warning, the Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zhentarim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stone Lord kicks the door down.
You're so sure the Stone Lord is going to attack?
Well, whoever he is, he doesn't seem very keen on talking. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
Now, that's always exciting when someone says, like, oh, he came out of nowhere and blah, 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 because that can usually mean it's somebody that you've seen before. So I'm excited to see if that's the case. I don't know. Bad Twin Bubbins 3-piece, and then we've got Blades Backsteer.
Look now, the Guildmaster's little hunt is bringing all sorts of new faces out of the woodwork.
Okay. You would think we would find the painter guy here. Maybe he is here. Cutter Violet. We've got Lyrics Goldthroat performing Bard Dance.
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But toss me a few coppers, and I'll shoot you a saucy wink across the bar.
I'm trying to ask myself, like, would I be attracted to this Dragonborn? Because they have a nice voice, but the face is, I mean, it's cool. Because if I was a single man in the Baldur's Gate world, the face is cool. And it would be interesting to lay with a Dragonborn, but it's just like, it's too, like, masculine, you know what I mean? It's like, it's too fierce. It's a very fierce face. So I can't, there's a lot of races in, like, Mass Effect where I'm like, okay. But in this Dragonborn, at least how Baldur's Gate presents it, I don't think I could do it, unfortunately. Hand over some coins. I'd rather keep my money. I'm enjoying your current repertoire. Don't do requests. Shoot you a saucy wink across the bar. I mean, that's just flat out flirting, right? I'm enjoying your current repertoire.
I could smell the good taste on you the moment you walked over here. Maybe I'll even throw in that saucy wink for free.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying not to flirt because I'm a taken man, both IRL and also in the video game, of course. So, no. Okay, yeah, so like I said, I think moving forward, we'll just do cursory kind of exploration. The problem, as I've talked about time and time again with me,
that's curious,
is just that I'm so intent on doing literally everything. Like, I'm very stubborn in that way. So it makes it really tough to play a game like this because there's just so much, and then you lose track because you get involved in so many things. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Who is that? Okay, well, bye. And then there's a tarnished ring. Okay, was that what I think that's what we perceived. So that's interesting. Tarnished ring, there's like nothing else. There's a chest down there. I mean, maybe we should open that just to see if it's got anything unique. Folgast and Lady Dancer, both Zhentarim. We might be able to do something with the Zhentarim here because they were the merchants in the first part of the game, obviously. I don't know if there's really anything to do. No. Where's that chest at? There. So let's look at the chest, see if there's anything important. Just gold and a bronze chalice. By the way, I'm going to thank... Oh, wait, I want to talk to this guy. He like keeps going up and down. I want to say thank our Tier 3 members on the main YouTube channel. I don't do this every episode, but...
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see?
Plans. Yeah, I want to thank people when I can. That's kind of a thing that we always do on the main channel, but here, you know, if I can, we'll do it. All right, I guess we're pretty much done. I do want to check and see... Oh, there is other stuff. What's that? Impress the Murder Tribunal. Okay, so that leads down into the tombstones. And then what's this over here? Destroy the Steel Watch Foundry. Avenge the Iron Hands. So that ties in with the Iron Hands. Interesting. Let's go back outside for now, although we could go down and kill What's-Her-Face. Orin, it sounds like. I don't know. We probably should do everything else first, though. So yeah, big thank you to our Tier 3 members on the main channel, Roger Hunt 5, Greg Weibel, and Tom Griffin. And our Tier 2 members and our Tier 3 patrons here on the Patreon and also on the main channel. David Glebes, Lincoln Pop, Toe Collector, Banana Brainy, Montrosian, Pirif, Demon Wrath, Greg Bousquet, Chef Goulet, Sarah Perret, Ace of Swords, Forsaken Borg, Gothy Stitch, Low Country Grace, Jacob Marshall, and Peter Prestige. Thank you so much, especially if you're here watching this video right now. Okay, who do we got here? Sparks, Musgravel, what? Skeeve or Steve? Skeeve. Yeah, we already talked to these guys. I noticed there was one person up here, so I will talk to them just to see.
This ain't a public rooftop. It's mine, so piss off.
Piss off, why don't ya?
Yeah, I figured it was going to be that exact thing. Alright, so where have we not been in this gigantic Act 3, which is so insanely large, it does my head in every time I record an episode. Find Helisk the Diabolist. Now that's interesting. Why can't I place a marker? I guess because I was hovering over it? Okay, so I'm going to put put that there. Okay, and then let's go. How do you even get over there? It looks like Lower City Central Wall, and then you go down this way? Yeah, we basically just have to pick one thing at a time. Because, again, there's so much stuff going on. Comment question of the episode, which we don't usually do here. At least not every episode. Alright, so let's go this way. And I'm not going to talk to anybody that's just going to have one line, you know, unless they seem really interesting. Just because, again, it takes up so much time. Comment question of the episode. I got to think of one because I wasn't really going to do that. Nelburn Frust.
You frustrated?
The phrase correctly, and lucky you'll forever be. Okay, great. Oh, damn it! Can't you see I'm trying to concentrate? Scarab, sap, scarabs, cap. Oh, this is gonna be harder than I thought.
Huh. I do wonder also, like, how many of these people were not English voicing these, like, because everyone's English, basically, but I wonder how many people were, like, American doing an accent. Okay, where is our... So it looks like through here, right? Whatever this giant... Yeah, so right now we're going to try to find Helisk, or whatever his name is, because he's a diabolist, which is somebody that, you know, studies devils, or...
Are the gods truly this petty?
Mysterious Sharon wound? Oh, like her wound. We still haven't solved that? Wow. Anyways, yeah, this guy will help us get out of the deal with Raphael, basically, which sounds good.
The Devil's Fee.
The Devil's Fee. Okay, so that sounds like the true ending, basically, like, you know, help Raphael, quote-unquote, but then also screw him over, so it's like a good ending all around, which I am definitely down to get. Oh, Monster's Scale?
That might be worth a look.
It's just like a huge avian skull, like a crow or something, or like a raven.
This head's a long way from home. Belongs to one of the Fugue Plains Death Devils.
Ooh, Fugue Plains Death Devils. We got a plaque over here.
Crooks and swindlers beware. Steal from the Devil's Fee, and it won't be the flaming fist who come knocking.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah. Oh, he might just be like a devil guy, but maybe he just knows about Raphael. Infernal Diamonds, Avernus Survival Guide. We gotta make sure we don't try to steal anything here. A chapter titled On Traversing the First Layer. The text details the terrain of the Avernus, a bleak, rocky landscape beneath a black sky with rivers of blood rushing between the cracks. The most frequent guidance given to adventurers on encountering any of the plane's many physical perils to simply turn around and run. To combat the spiritual perils, the company of a cleric is of paramount importance. To soothe those swayed by the plane's evil influence, or to consecrate the corpse of those who succumb. Yeah, I'm wondering if we're actually going to go to Avernus. There was no ever DLC for Baldur's Gate 3, huh? Which is kind of interesting. Might just be a thing that takes a while, though. Monster's Horn, Orb of Infernal Envisioning, Tales of the Hells. which these we can read for free. Yeah, Smiler the Defiler. We won't read anything that sounds like flavor. Monster's horn use?
The horns of a real war devil. Bet they were a pain to acquire.
Ooh, this guy sounds like they're gonna be...
So many authentic devilish items. The Diabolists at work here.
Well, yeah.
A portrait of a noble devil. Charming, sophisticated, deadly.
Ah, the narrator's so good. Charming, sophisticated, deadly. The way her delivery is, like, literally perfect. The Hell's Unleashed.
Aramin the Erudite, the epitome of devilish charm, wit, and grace.
Devilish. All right, well, let's talk to Helsik, which is who we're looking for to help us get out of the deal with Raphael, although where is she going? Fiendish Resilience Radiant. Oh, I guess we're taking the long way around, okay.
I welcome thee to the Devil's Fee, where every hellish curio's a rarity. So merry be, and shop with glee.
Oh no. Definitely something up with this one. Trust me.
Raphael's warlock Corilla mentioned a diabolist who aided Gortash. This cheerful woman doesn't seem the likeliest candidate.
Raphael's warlock, I remember her mentioned a diabolist who aided Gortash, but she doesn't seem to be that woman. Probably because she seems good, and whoever aided Gortash was probably bad. Did you help Lord Gortash retrieve some hellish curios by any chance?
You must be awfully familiar with our esteemed Archduke to know about a thing like that.
But I thought she didn't do it. We're lovers. Wait, was that like sarcastic? I thought she was not the one. I happened upon some of his correspondence that mentioned you had dealings with him.
Truly? That's remarkable. I like to deal with remarkable people. Very well. You seek answers. Lord Mammon seeks coin. I will happily mediate. Make me an offer.
Lord Mammon.
I knew it. I did.
That sounds like a history check to me. Mammon is interesting because in Chrono Trigger, there's like a Mammon machine that's like a really evil machine. So I'm wondering, there's got to be some like etymology thing there where like both, Mammon means evil or something like that. What do we got? Toss a coin to the Diabolist. That's got to be a reference, right? When did this game come out? This would have came out after the Witcher show, where toss a coin to your Witcher was like a huge meme. I'm assuming that's a reference. I don't know. I'm also of the Pact-Bound Persuasion. Have a free sample. Interesting. I'm also of the Pact-Bound Persuasion. Don't suppose I can have a free sample. Okay. DC of 10, which is easy peasy. Should be able to do it. Yep. Dirty 20 from a 6, which again is crazy.
The first hit's free, eh? Fine. I'll humor you, mortal. Just this once. You stand before Mammon's picklock, latchkeeper of the 9 hells. My business is not information, nor hellish curios. Not really. I break people into the hells. That's my thing. I can reveal to you that I opened a portal for Lord Gortash.
Interesting. What business did Gortash have in the hells?
My word, this is embarrassing. Perhaps I should have explained our terms better. You asked what I did for Lord Gortash. You paid the fee, and I answered you. Our pact is complete. Would you like to make another transaction?
Toss a coin to your Diabolist. Pay 100, hand over 1,000. How much? Tell me everything. Perhaps a more banal. How do you say that? Banal? I think it's banal. Transaction. May I see your wares? I'm leaving. This is ridiculous. How much to tell me everything about your dealings with Gortash?
You are just no fun. Adjusting for inflation, the appreciable value of knowledge, Lord Mammon's tithes. Aha! There we are.
5,000 gold, huh? I'd just like to trade. I'm leaving. How much gold do I actually have? So I can press triangle to trade. Oh my god, I saw it saying attack. I was like, that's not what I want to do. So I have 8,000. Jeez Louise. I mean, we're not really using it, is the thing. And I'm sure we can get more if we need it. Yeah. Over half our net worth here. Oof. I don't have enough money. I mean, I'm curious. Just like, I mean, that's a lot of money. We haven't really needed to spend that much money yet. Sounds like a deal.
Oh, yes. I should think that'll do deliciously. Lord Gortash wanted to steal something from Mephistopheles, so I punched a portal into the Archdevil's dusty vaults. That something was the inimitable crown of Carsus. Gortash absconded with it, catching the interest of a devil named Raphael. His House of Hope is furnished with a great deal of treasures, many related to Carsus. But alas, he lacks the crown itself. He's rather ambitious. One can only wonder what he has planned for the crown. The answers to that can probably be found within his house.
Perhaps it's time we paid Raphael a visit.
That was a huge waste of money. We knew all of that, basically. Well, so I guess we didn't know that Gortash stole the crown of Carsus from Mephistopheles. And then we also didn't know that the answer to what Raphael wants the crown for, whatever they just said, would be in his house. But that was a huge waste of money, I think. That information wasn't worth what I paid.
And yet you paid anyway. What a terrible cosmic coincidence.
Yeah. I know. Can you help me break into the House of Hope?
What a fascinating proposition. Ludicrous, of course, but fascinating nevertheless. Very well. If you wish to die in Avernus, that's your business. Mine is charging you for it. Of course, such a task will require quite the substantial donation to Lord Mammon's coffers.
Bruh.
Such a task would be tantamount to suicide. Do not even entertain it.
Tantamount to suicide? Just to talk to him? Interesting. Well, we definitely don't have 20,000 gold, especially not after that. Persuasion. Warlock persuasion. Waive the fee and I'll add one of Raphael's artifacts to your collection. Interesting. I mean, this one, I want the whole fee to be waived completely. Waive the fee, and I'll add one of Raphael's artifacts to your collection. I was gonna say, that's gonna be a very hard... That's gonna be a hard check, but we do have a bonus of 7 to 10, meaning if we don't roll a natural, if we don't roll a 1, we just need a, what, 13? Let's go! Oh my god, come on, D4. The D4 was critical last time, and now we were off by 1. Okay, I'm feeling lucky. Roll again. Come on. 13, baby. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay.
You put me in a difficult position, mortal. You are almost certain to fail. Almost. And so, there is a chance you might succeed. Fine. I'd like to be able to carry all of my precious stock without the need of a team of oxen. There are gauntlets of hill giant strength within the House of Hope. Free passage, and you fetch them for me. Deal?
There we go. We just saved ourselves 20,000 gold, although we spent 5,000, which really feels terrible. Deal. Let's do this.
Allow me to outline how this is going to work. First, you were never here. We never spoke. Second, you will perform the rites yourself, I want absolute deniability. Here's the grimoire and necessary components. Oh, take this key, too. It unlocks the ritual room upstairs. There's a blood circle already drawn. Don't ask whose blood.
Along with the grimoire and components, Helsik hands you a note containing precise instructions for performing the ritual.
Finally, you were never here. That is of utmost import to remember. Now be gone!
Be gone with you! Items received. 4 items received. Open inventory to view. Now that's interesting. Okay, I'm glad we passed that check. We're going to filter by latest, which is never actually latest, which is always weird to me. Grimoire bound in imp skin. Opens the way to the House of Hope. We can read it. I definitely don't want to do this. Infernal transposition ritual layer Avernus blood circle configuration. Place that which has no eyes but used to see at the western point of the circle. 2 spaces lie opposite that point. Pawn the left, place what is cut but cannot bleed. To the right, that which smells but cannot sniff. Beside the dead remains the aspect of the Avarist Lord sits clockwise so. Then the circle's center shall receive the internal marvel of infernal marble. Finally, and I mean no disrespect, go to hell. Legal notice. The owner of this grimoire asserts that it is for scholarly and recreational purposes only. As a mere dealer in antiques, I disbelieve in the very existence of infernal transplanar travel Helsik. That's a great... I love how that was written. Ritual pouch, which comes with a skull, incense, diamond, infernal marble, and coin of mammon. So this is the thing that smells but has no nose. I guess this has eyes but doesn't see, and then the other, yeah, so that's all the stuff there. Opening a hell gate. To open the portal, you must place the ritual items in their proper places on the blood star. Place the skull on the star point near the altar. Place the coin of mammon on the next point to the right. Counting clockwise, skip a point and place the diamond on the next one. Place the incense on the point that follows the diamond. Finally, place the infernal marble in the center of the star. I kind of wish they didn't tell me that. Why did they, yeah, why did they tell me that? Like, I feel like they could have just written that away by just saying, like, you know, if you can't figure it out, then I honestly shouldn't think you should be going to hell. That sort of thing, right? That's surprising. Can we go up here? Looks like we can. It's not even illegal to, Helsik's key.
I strongly suggest that you reconsider this course of action.
Helsik's...
What you expect to gain from the Hells is not worth the risk of traveling there uninvited.
So yeah, so we can go right here with this blood star, but he really does not want us to do that. Also, interesting, we have a locked door over there. I mean, regardless, we're definitely not doing this now, because yeah, this sounds like a huge... We probably want to do everything in Baldur's Gate before we do all this crazy stuff. I do want to read Helsik's diary, though. Is there any sound sweeter than the jingle-jangle of coins rubbing against coins? Of course, Mammon will hardly be sated by a mere pocketful of gold. No, I'm going to have to start being smarter about this. What I need is not just revenue, but multiple sources of it, if nothing else, to beat Corilla. Perhaps it's time to diversify the business. Not just curios, but information, or even better, access. Oh, you're a genius, Helsik. So that's how she figured out she could monetize accessing the hells. All right. Well, I'm curious what's in that room. We'll end this episode here, and we'll check it out in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the Patreon link in the description if you're not a part of it. Get those votes in once this series ends for the next thing that we do on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!